Hello. Before we start talking about social media captions, I have a quick question for you, if you don't mind, okay? I want to ask you, what do you think your job is? Like, I get that you're an entrepreneur, and I get that you own your own business and all of that, okay? But have you really thought about what your job description actually entails? If you haven't, well, I think I'll do that for you right now before we dive into it. So if you're looking to use social media to leverage your business like I am, then really you have two primary jobs. The first is you're an entrepreneur, a business person, the CEO, doing all the daily grind, all of that. And the next is that you're a content creator, especially if you haven't hired, let's say, a social media manager or have a team of experts who are creating the content for you. Your social media content at the end of the day has to be created by you. So really, you have two jobs, and both are full-time jobs. Yes, I know it's not easy. We have a lot on our plates as entrepreneurs, and really, I wouldn't change anything for the world. I love what I do, and I really hope that you can say the same for yourself too. But anyways, the problem that I see most entrepreneurs making when they're trying to use social media to grow their business is that they don't take the content creator aspect of their business seriously. And even if they do, they often fail at it because really, well, that's not what they like to do. They're not sure what to do online, and that's not your fault. So trust me, I get it. It is not your fault. I never would have expected myself to be someone doing photo shoots, taking selfies, learning how to take better selfies, creating reels, how to shoot videos, even learning how to hook up a microphone to my iPhone. I never thought that I would be doing what I do today on social media. The thing is though, if you are using social media to try to grow your business, we just gotta do it. We gotta put in what we want to get out of the platforms. I know it's not about being Instagram famous for you, and you don't necessarily care about being an influencer. I totally get it. But we still have to put in the work to be able to use it to effectively grow our business online. It's like the gas to our car. It's how we can get moving in the direction that we want with our business. Which brings me to the point that I want to make today, okay? I want to make sure that you know exactly what you are doing in the online world from a content perspective, okay? I want to walk you through 3 different kinds of content that you can create that are guaranteed, and I'm emphasizing guaranteed for you. These kinds of content are guaranteed to dramatically transform your content creation game in the online world. So if you wanted to target someone to become a client, then they keep returning in a way that they want more and more for you, you need to create these kind of content. So in this episode, I'm going to cover just 3 types of content for you, but I'm sure I don't need to tell you this. There are a lot more types of content that you can be creating in the online world. But for now, we'll kick it off with just 3 of my favorite ones. However, let me also just slide this in there. If you do want to know more in-depth stuff, you're always welcome to sign up for my social media automation bootcamp. This is the bootcamp where I teach you everything, really anything that you need to know about creating content and automating it. Now, before we start with the kind of post that will convert and convert fast, I need you to get a few things straight. The first is this: it does not matter how many strategies that I teach you or how many episodes you watch or listen to about creating content, you are going to get nothing, and I mean nothing done if you don't know who you're talking to. Girl, you need to understand who your ideal customer avatar is. If not, you'll be producing content for random people who may or maybe not even give a heck about whatever you're talking about. And that really would be a bummer. In fact, actually, that's a complete waste of your time, and I don't want that for you. There is nothing worse than working on a great content idea all day and all night, and then having it go to waste because the people that you want to see it just aren't seeing it, or the people that do see it don't care about it. When people talk to me about content creation, this is the first thing that I tell them. Get your customer avatar down right. It's literally the first thing that you have to do. Know who your customers are. Know who your clients are. And once you know that, you will be able to attract more of them. And once you know that, you'll be able to create content around these strategies that I'm about to walk you through pretty easily, which my hope for you actually is that this content turns these people that are following you into clients. Heck, even just start a new conversation with you. So keep that in mind. I want you to make sure that you're focusing on talking to a specific person versus just random people. But okay, enough about the avatar and whatnot. Let's actually get down to the real reason why I wanted to jump on here for you today. Let's get into the 3 different ideas for content that you can create right now, okay? Here we go. So, the very first kind of content that I want to talk to you about is one that I like to call "Been There, You're Not Alone" post. I feel this post is one of the most powerful posts to write. Now, before I continue, let me just say, whatever I'm sharing has not only been tested by me, it has also worked for me. And I'm also really, really confident that it's gonna work for you too. So these types of posts are designed to make your audience feel like you understand what they are going through. With these posts, you'll want to share a story of something that you went through to get to where you are today, or to get you through that challenge that maybe your audience is facing right now. These posts, they're pretty straightforward, to be honest with you. All you need to do is go back to your customer avatar and figure out what they may be complaining about or struggling with. Once you understand what your dream clients or customers are most likely struggling with, you've got to share your experience when dealing with these problems and talk about what you did to get past them. So for example, let's say that I'm a mortgage agent and I was talking to first-time home buyers. What I could do is tell a story about how when I bought my first home, I felt super overwhelmed with that large number, and go on and on about my story around that topic. When you start to share stories, what's going to happen is that they are going to relate to that content. They want to look at a picture, a video, or a caption and think, whoa, I really relate to this. I understand this perfectly. This is great for me. She's talking right to me. This helps me. So even if you put out interesting and helpful content regularly, you've got to make sure that the content is actually relatable to your audience. You've got to make sure that people can see themselves in it. Now that's one way to boost your engagement numbers relatively quickly. And those numbers are significant to us as content creators. We want to see those likes and those shares, those comments shoot up in the world, all right? I totally get it. Now, although yes, it's just a number, it does help us in terms of building relationships and also understand what's working and what's not. Okay, so that's post number 1 that I want you to start thinking about. How can you relate to your audience by sharing a story of something that you went through, or maybe telling a story about one of your clients or your past clients? Now, post number 2 is one that really most people forget to do, or maybe forget isn't really the right word. These types of posts, people don't usually do because they simply just don't like to do it. So I call this one the spotlight post. People hate talking about themselves and they feel like it's really repetitive, but really it's not. Now the spotlight posts, these are where you are actually talking about you. AKA, you're putting yourself into the spotlight. These posts are basically where you constantly tell people what it is that you do, what it is that you sell, what services do you offer. And yes, I get it. It can be a little bit icky to post about yourself constantly. But this is not you saying, hey, you, right there, yes, you watching this or listening to this right now, buy my stuff. It's not that. It's you saying, hey guys, I can help you do this stuff, and I help you achieve this goal to make your life super easy. That's why I'm here, to help you. You don't have to go through what you're going through right now. I can help you achieve whatever that thing is going to be for you. That's the sort of content that I want you to put energy into for the spotlight post. Think of your spotlight post like an elevator pitch, okay? So it's an elevator pitch, and this doesn't mean that you're obnoxious and you're pushy. It's you putting out there what your value proposition and telling people how you can help them. Now, another point with this one that I really want to make is that if you don't tell people what it is that you do and how you can help them, how will they ever know to reach out to you when that problem occurs? And did you know if a complete stranger lands in your profile, they will look at the first 9 to 12 posts. If one of those posts doesn't tell them who you are or what you do, you may have missed out on a perfect client or customer for you. Don't be afraid to announce it, friend. Don't be afraid to shout it to the world, okay? Now remember that. But another thing I don't want you to be afraid of is announcing how amazing you are and how you get results. This takes us to the third type of post that I want to talk about today. This one is all about bragging. It's a bragging post. Okay. I know you're probably thinking, Lisa, I don't like people who brag. And that's true. I don't either. I get it. You probably don't like people who brag. I don't like people who brag. A lot of people don't like people who brag. But this isn't bragging for the sake of bragging. This is bragging about your results. Before we go on, there's one thing that you have to realize. People who don't trust you won't give you their money. It's as simple as that. If they don't trust that you are doing a great job, that you can get them results, they will not ask you about it. Remember guys, you are in a marketplace with social media. That's literally what social media is. It's a marketplace. You can call it a marketplace of ideas, let's say. But what this essentially means is that people are always competing with other people. That means you have to give a prospective client a reason to choose you and to listen to you and not some other random person. You've got to tell them, hey look, here's the reason why you should send me that DM or go through my stories. It's because of this. And the best way to do that is to brag about the results that you've gotten. If it's the result that you've gotten, let's say for yourself or for your clients, it doesn't matter. Your results-driven posts showcase what you've achieved in a way that will inspire them to achieve those same results. Again, this is not asking people to buy from you. Even though that they could be a byproduct of these kind of posts, it's not being pushy. It's showcasing the results that you've achieved in your business and showing them what's possible with your offer or with working with you. When you are sharing your results, you are inspiring them that they can also achieve those results too. When you brag about your results, whether it's by posting, let's say, a screenshot of a great customer review or having your clients post a review and then just reposting it, you are telling your audience that, hey, this person trusted me with this stuff and listened to me and now they are happy. You too could be happy as if they chose to trust me and listen to me. Results are the proof that people need to push them closer to you. So when you combine your bragging about posts and your result post, your spotlight post, you're not alone post, you'll definitely be noticing a big increase in engagement and your relationships online will start to boost. Now remember, these are only 3 different types of posts. There are so many different ways that you can connect with people online. But these are always my first 3 go-to posts. In fact, I really mainly focus on 6 different posts. In another episode, I'll break down the other 3 for you. But right now, I want you to focus on these 3. And feel free to check out my Instagram, actually. That way, I walk you through and you can see it live, all the different posts that I do. But as always, friends, if you learned something new today, do me a favor. Like this episode. Share it with those who might need it. And finally, subscribe to my channel for more content like this and be a part of this amazing entrepreneur community that we are building here today. My name is Lisa Ann, and that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you. I will see you next week with another episode. Bye for now.